Hi friends, this is Wendy. I am so excited that you're here with me today. I just want to go over and show you one of the new suites coming out in the new catalog. Now in January, the new catalog will release and there's lots of fun suites. This one is one of my favorites. It is called Enjoy the Journey. To get this entire suite of products is about 80 bucks. Well, it is 80 bucks US. And I want to show you all the pieces and parts that come in it. Now, obviously, there is a stamp set, the Greatest Journey, or Greatest Journey, excuse me. And it's got these beautiful flowers. There's trees, stars, lots of fun, beautiful sentiments, and a little moon or sun, depending on how you want to use it. And then there's dies. And these dies are really cool. They do like a little tent, and it cuts out the floral arrangement here, and it cuts out the trees, and then there's this border that kind of looks like a mountain. It's got a couple of different clouds. There is a bicyclist, there is a runner, we've got a hiker or camper, and we've got a walking stick die cut. This little piece here is just like a floral piece. And then we have the base of the tent, and then we have a little moon. So really cute pieces to cut out from this die set, and matches so well with the stamp set. Then we also have the enamel sticker icons. Now these come, I was shocked when I opened these. There's 4 sheets of these. So this is what a sheet of them looks like. And there's 4 of them. So that's a lot. There's 4 separate sheets inside here. And so one of the tricks I wanted to show you really quickly today is how you can take your Stampin' Blend alcohol-based marker and you can color, whoops, that end is kind of frayed. You can color right over the top of these spaces that are white and give them some color. So like in this case, I'm coloring the little fire there. And I'm actually going to use that on the card that I make for you today. But that's just a really quick, simple way to kind of dress these little dots up even more. So these are the enamel sticker icons, comes part of the suite. There's also this 3 twine combo pack. Now you might notice, oh, there's only 2. Well, there was a Coastal Cabana one and we've used it all up. So we are using, this one is the pumpkin pie. So we're going to use pumpkin pie today. And then this is the gorgeous designer series paper that comes in the suite. So there's some just beautiful sheets here of DSP. And I just thought I would show this whole suite to you because I feel like it's one that will be easily glossed over just because it's a little bit different than normal, but I really love it and I really love the colors in the papers. So gorgeous. So there's a couple more sheets here. So I just wanted to show you these really quick so you could see what all of it looked like. I love this. And then we're gonna get busy making this card. So I made this card for a card swap. And if you're not familiar with what a card swap is, basically it's when people get together and they say, okay, we're going to swap cards. So you make multiples of one card and then you swap. And we do that through the mail. At least I do, but I'm sure you could do it in person too. But if you're doing it online or whatever, you can do it through the mail. Okay, so we have Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, and Polished Pink here. And I'm starting with my Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to ink blend the top here. And a lot of our ink blending today is going to be covered actually by some of the paper we lay down. So I'm not going to spend like a crazy amount of time ink blending. And my pumpkin pie is really saturated, as you can see. So I'm not worrying about making it like the smoothest ink blend I've ever done. This isn't going to be my focal point. I more just like want to get the colors down on the cardstock. This piece of cardstock is cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And it is our first layer of our card. Now, there's a few things you can do to really like step up your ink blending. One of those is to do some water splatters in the background here. Can splatter water and sop it up with a paper towel. You could put perfect pearls, lots of different things that you can do on this. I'm just going to leave it because we're going to be doing so much layering. So here I have a piece of 3x4 designer series paper, and I'm just going to use my multi-purpose glue to glue this down onto my polished pink, which is cut, I'm pretty sure this is cut at 3 1/4. Did I? No, it's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, now we're going to use some tear and tape because I am out of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and the only other thing I have on hand is my ATG gun, which I've had for years, but it's huge. So I try not to use it in videos because it's like so bulky in the frame, but I do love my ATG gun. I can link to it below if you're interested in one of those. I got mine on Amazon. I'll show it to you really quick so you know what I'm talking about. It's this guy. So this is not a Stampin' Up! Product, but it holds tons of adhesive, like huge rolls of adhesive, and it's just got like a little trigger here and you pull like this. So this is fantastic when you're mass producing cards because the adhesive is really inexpensive and it does stick well. It's the only alternative I have found to more expensive adhesives that I feel like works. However, it's bulky, it's kind of heavy, and it's not something I like for my everyday card making. I just really like it when I'm bulk producing. So just thought I would share that with you, and I will link to it below the video. All right, so here I am going to wrap my twine like so, and we're just adding a lot of dimensionals, as you can see. Since I'm using these cards for, well, let's just say any card I use or give, I want to make sure my cards stick together well. I never want my cards to fall apart in the mail or when a person receives it. I would be really embarrassed if a card just like fell apart. Now, it obviously happens, it can happen, but I try to avoid that at all costs. So I tend to overdo like dimensionals and stuff like that. All right, you all know I've kind of been on a vellum kick, so I thought I would show you how I made this cute little tent. I used the die cut to cut out this gorgeous grape tent frame, and then I am using a piece of vellum to go underneath it, because you know how tents kind of have like that see-through material when they you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what it's called, what that material is called, but you can kind of see through it. It's like not nylon, not mesh. Maybe it is nylon. I don't know. You all know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to add this. So using vellum is a fun way to get kind of a what do you call it? Like a see-through look, or a window effect, but not a clear window, if that makes sense. Okay, so then we'll just push all that down. Ta-da! All right, now we are going to add dimensionals to this. So we want to hide those dimensionals, so we're going to tuck them in the part that would be like the tent's opening, where it's solid, gorgeous grape. And then I want one other little piece of dimensional at the top, but it needs to be tiny. So I'm going to cut just a tiny little strip to go at the top. like so. And then this will go here just like that. Okay. Now, the next piece that we're going to do is we're going to stamp and die cut. I got glue all over my desk here. We're gonna stamp and die cut some trees. So I have this beautiful tree image here, and I'm gonna stamp these trees in polished pink, like so. And then, through the magic of TV, we are going to die cut these out. So rather than running it through my die cut machine right at this moment, I just thought I would show you the stamping, and then we die cut it. And then we're gonna tuck these guys right here like this. Okay? And then we're going to take that fun little enamel sticker that we colored a little bit ago, this little fire, and tuck it right there underneath. And then we have a piece of basic white thick cardstock here. We're gonna bring that polished pink back in, and we're going to ink up our sentiment and stamp. You belong among the stars. Such a nice sentiment. We're gonna stick it right here in our trimmer and just trim it down. And this is a great way to use up your basic white scraps. I have a lot of basic white scraps, so I like to use them for sentiments often. And then we're just going to add our sentiment with dimensionals. So lots and lots of dimension on this card. And then, oops, I want that up a little bit higher. I want it to kind of cover the tent. So I've kind of created a triangle here for composition purposes. I wanted to just show you this. When you are laying out your cards, one of the things that you can do is focus on your composition. So this creates a triangle between the sentiment, the tent, and this image here. We kind of have this triangle going, and that's just very pleasing to the eye. The last thing I want to do before adding this to the card base is bring in an element that's actually not from the suite, if I can find it. Oh, it's right in front of me. I got rhinestones back in stock. Some of you who follow me regularly know I've been out of these, and I finally got an order of them in my craft room, thankfully. There we go. So I just wanted to add a few rhinestones, and then I've got a base that is polished pink. I'm gonna go this way. And I didn't even score this ahead of time. So I'm just gonna add this and then use my bone folder there. Add some dimensionals on the back. Okay, and then add it to our base. Now, the swap that I'm part of requires us to stamp the inside of the card. So on the inside of this card, I thought it would be fun to add a few more of these trees along the bottom. So I'm just going to ink this up and stamp. Just, oops, shoot. Stamp a few sets of these trees along the bottom like that. And this card is finished. Super cute. It's just fun and kind of different. I love the colors, and I think it's just a really fun card. Something fun to send for like graduation, a friend or family member who's into hiking or camping, any of those kinds of things. So really fun. All right, friends, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.